Welcome back to my channel, and for Paul McCartney's 82nd birthday today, I would like to make a part 2 to my first video where I showed all the 70 McCartney albums I had. Now I'm going to show his 80 albums. So that starts with McCartney II, and I do love the cover and the back. It's a very solid album. Some crazy tracks on here, like of course Temporary Secretary, also Bogey Music, and From Parlor, pretty interesting too. Here's the gatefold, and it did come with this inner sleeve, lyrics here, and the picture of Paul right there. I believe this album also did like it was sold with a 7-inch of Coming Up, I think the studio and live, or the live version, and I forgot what the B-side was, but my copy didn't come with that. I hope I can get a hold of that someday. Okay, so this is the label. It's a Columbia label. I think this was the first record where it's under the Columbia label. The next album I have to show is the McCartney Interview, and this one did come in the shrink. It still has the hype stickers. I think it is a reissue with a nice price sticker. Funnily enough, the original price tag is on here, which is basically how much I paid for this. Here's all the chapters of the interview. It's very interesting to listen to. I think this is prior to when John died. So here's the sleeve with the label, also the Columbia label. I believe this is the original sleeve. So blank, patent number right there. So let's move on. So these are two 12-inch singles I own of from the Tug of War era. Here's Take It Away. I believe these are both from the UK. I love the picture of it. Here's the back. I believe the 7-inch version only has these two and not Dress Me Up as a Robber. So it's pretty cool to have the 12-inch. Show the label real quick right there. Telephone label. Here's Ebony and Ivory. I already own a 7-inch version of this. Here's the back, which is very similar to 7-inch. Same deal with the Parlophone. So I believe this side shows the McCartney solo Ebony and Ivory. Oh, I'm sorry, this side is the solo Ebony and Ivory vocal with Rain Clouds. It's very cool. The next album I have to show is actually Tug of War, and I do have 2 copies of it. The reason being that my original copy did skip a lot, so got a new one. Obviously, they both look the same. I love that pattern. Kind of follows the label, like inverse colors. And here's the sleeve, the inner sleeve. I love that picture of Paul writing. And I think the back is just lyrics. So the next album that was released is Pipes of Peace, and this was the first McCartney album I ever got. One of the first albums I ever got in general, so I think this is what started my vinyl collecting hobby. And I think it ranks low in other people's rankings of McCartney albums, but like it does have a sentimental reason behind it, so I do actually like this album. One of the main reasons why I got it was because Michael Jackson was also on it, and it was very cool. that they did write songs together. And I knew Say Say Say. That was the only song I knew from the album, and I was until listening to this album for the first time that The Man was also another song. Also in here is Ringo, of course. I do love this gatefold. And the back kind of continues the front. Like this. Here's the inner sleeve. And it's interesting that the A side has this like old Columbia label, and then the B side, it just shows like a chair. So let's move on to the next album. The next album I have to show is Paul's Give My Regards to Broadstreet. And while the film isn't really that good, the album is pretty solid. Some great covers of Beatles songs, and some recent songs like Even Wanderlust and Ballroom Dancing, which came out like a couple of years before this album. Also the new song No More Lonely Nights is a great McCartney song. So this was the original copy I had, and it sounds incredible, but this was missing the inner sleeve, and also there's some ring wear. It's not in the best shape. This one way better condition, and it did come with the inner sleeve right here. Also, I did notice that it is a promo copy. So let me show the label. I think it is a custom label right here. Take it out of the sleeve. So here you have one side and another. So here is a dance mix of No More Lonely Nights. This side says special dance edit, and this one says special dance mix. I don't know what the difference is. This is also a promo copy. And that's basically all there is to it, to this single. So after that was released, was press to play, and it's feels like more papery and not like glossy. There's a cutout, which I think it was budget or something. It's an interesting gatefold with all the stuff there, how it's all set up. Here's the back. I believe this was released in 1986. Take out the inner sleeve. Pretty bland, no pictures or anything, just the lyrics. Yeah, here's the label on it. This is a pretty decent album. The only song I knew from this was Only Love Remains, and I thought the whole album would be kind of serious, but it's more joyful, I guess. At first I didn't really like it, but after listening to it more, it's a pretty decent album. It's not his best, but yeah, it's still good and nice to listen to. So in the late 80s, Paul decided to release a compilation album. There is different track lists and some songs left out and some included, with comparing it to the UK version. This is the US version. One key song that's missing from here is Once Upon a Long Ago, which is, I think, originally written for the UK version of All the Best, but it's not included on here. So here's the songs, and US version. It's weird that coming up is the live version. I do love the gatefold. that's here. Very nice collage. Here's the sleeve for the first record. Like this metallic sleeve, similar to this one, which a different photo corresponding to the song. I'm not gonna show each label, but yeah, it's the same on all the records, which with his name and the title on the bottom right there. While I don't have the UK version of All the Best, I do have the single, which includes Once Upon a Long Ago and Back on My Feet, which are very great songs, and I think were to be included on the album that was canceled by Paul, Return to Pepperland, and it is on YouTube if you want to listen to it. Also, these two songs are from the rock album, which I'll show in a second. That was, I think, released in Russia first. Here's the back. And yeah, it looks like the other 12 singles with the Parlophone label. Yeah, and here we have the Russian album. I think it translates to Back in the USSR. So it's kind of like this wobbly sleeve right here. It's all in Russian. Some classic rock songs. Here's the label. I'm not sure, I don't think this is like a first pressing. I think the labels for the first presses are red, and I think the back of the cover also has to be yellow. It's still pretty cool to have. So the next album I have to show is Flowers in the Dirt, which I think is a step up from Press to Play, and it's a very solid track listing. And at first this looks like a regular album that was released, but these were included. Here's a picture of Paul. In the back it says it was manufactured by Kodak, and this cool paper that I think was given to radio stations, just a biography of Paul's life for the release of the album. I'll show the contents. This page is blank, and then we have like a timeline of Paul's life up to the release of the album. It ends right there. So this is a pretty cool find. It's not on Discogs for some reason, but yeah, I think the punch is to signify that it is press, like a promo copy. Lyric sheet, and here's the yellow sleeve. The next records I have to show are 12-inch singles released for Flowers in the Dirt. They are from the UK. Here's this one. Let me take off the sleeve. Here's the back. I think these three aren't included in the album. Yeah, only the first one. So it's exclusive to this, I guess, single. You could call it an EP too. Here's Put It There in the back. Yeah, these two are exclusive to this, which is part of the reason why I got it. So here's the label. Also did come with this art print that Paul did. And Nothing on the back. And here's the third 12-inch single I have from Flowers in the Dirt, Figure of 8, and Sole. I butchered that. It does advertise the etched disc, which I will show in a second. Here's the back, pretty bland. Yeah, this one only has 2 songs. And here's the side with the etch drawings. Very nice. Blank on the label. So that's all the records I have to show for Paul's 80s albums. I also do plan on releasing a third part showing all his 90s up to the present, which I don't really have a lot, so it might be a shorter video. But I still hope you stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and I would like for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And also, I thank you so much for watching. I do hope to see you next time. Bye.